guys, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos, and let's get started. So today I'm sharing with you guys another spring 2021 collection. We are talking about the Cuccio Colour Kittens and Canines collection, which consists of 8 brand new polishes that are all really beautiful creams. I got these right after I did my video review of the Zoya polishes, which I just swatched like my last video. And let me tell you, this collection makes me regret everything nice that I said about the Zoya collection, because this is what I want for spring. Like, this is what I needed. But we'll get into that in a second. If you guys haven't heard of Cuccio before, they are a severely underrated brand, and they actually have some exciting news coming out with the launch of this collection. They are now officially 12 free, meaning they are free of 12 of the dangerous chemicals that are often found in nail polish, and they are also vegan and cruelty free as well. But yeah, so we've got 8 brand new polishes. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. So let's roll footage. So as with all of my swatch and review videos, I am using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent stains. Today I'm using the Cuccio base coat. So we'll just start right off the bat with my favorite. This one is B.F.FUR-EVER, and this is a super gorgeous, cool toned lavender pastel cream shade. Oh my gosh, can we just talk about the coverage that it gave me in one coat? This is the reason that I am so in love with Cuccio. Just their formula and opacity is so unbeatable. I don't understand how they managed to do such a good job, especially with light colors like this, especially for this being such a beautiful cool tone purple. You guys knew I was going to be absolutely in love with it, and that is absolutely true. I am in love with it. So here it is in 2 coats, absolute perfection. Couldn't ask for any more. Next up we have the shade Feline Fine, and this one is an extremely soft blue cream shade. Now this one is so light that it's almost a white, but you can definitely see that bluish undertone as you get to full coverage. Honestly, I'm so warm toned that it does cast a little bit gray on me, but again, I think it's just so stunning. The first coat didn't end up being as opaque as the purple shade, but 2 coats gave me perfect coverage and it just looked so gorgeous on. It just feels like a really nice soft almost white without being too stark on the nails. Next up we have the shade Are You Kidding Me? Great name, by the way. And again, we have this almost white color, but this one has a little bit of that cream beige grayish kind of undertone to it, so it's a little bit on the cooler side, but it still has enough warmth that it doesn't feel like a stark white. These 2 shades are pretty similar. I am going to be comparing them at the end, so I don't know that you necessarily need both, but they are both super gorgeous. They both have the same incredible formula. It doesn't feel milky, but it also doesn't feel chalky. It just smooths out into this perfect opacity and looks really gorgeous on. Next up we have the shade Not Right Meow, and this one is a really beautiful, I want to say khaki cream color. That is seriously the best way I feel like I can describe it. And again, just look at that coverage. This was actually a 1 coat coverage polish on me. Now obviously I always like to show you guys a second coat just so you can see what that looks like, but that didn't affect the opacity at all. I think this color is so gorgeous. It's like an almost nude, but there's definitely that greenish, almost cool undertone to it that makes it look so unique and pretty different to my collection. Next up we have the shade Forget About It, and this one also kind of feels like that khaki color. This one's like almost a tanner, slightly deeper version, and oh man, let me tell you guys about all of the Skittle opportunities with this collection. Actually, you know what, I'll wait until the end when we see the comparison so you guys can see the absolute beauty of all of these brownish shades together. But this one, again, just incredible formula, incredible opacity in 2 coats. It was a little bit sheer on the first, but I did get that full coverage in 2, and it was just so perfectly smooth and self-leveling and easy to work with, and I just love that like greenish undertone to it. The final of these khaki brown kind of shades is Ferocious, and this one is the deepest of the 3, and again, it has this really beautiful olivey sort of undertone to it that I think makes it so unique and really pretty. So, oh man, again, this opacity. I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I just feel like nobody ever talks about Cuccio, and I feel that it is my duty happy as a nail polish lover to share with you guys how incredible the Cuccio formula is. Like, so creamy, so opaque, so self-leveling. Even if you kind of hop in there, once it starts to dry, somehow it still manages to self-level out so perfectly. I'm actually in love with it. Next up, we have the shade PURR-FECT. So after all of those beautiful khaki shades with those olive undertones, we have ourselves a pure olive green cream. And oh man, I really wasn't expecting to see a shade like this in a spring collection, but I have to say I absolutely love it. I don't know if it's because I really love fall collections, and this collection kind of has like a fall vibe to me, but like spring version, that doesn't make any sense. But if you think about it for long enough, it kind of starts to make a little bit of sense. But regardless, I'm really in love with this one. Again, it's just incredibly self-leveling and easy to work with. You can even kind of see by the end of these swatches, I was just getting a little bit sloppy with it, and even with my sloppy application, as it dried, it managed to self-level and smooth out on my nail so nicely. And the last but not least is this shade Farewell, and this one is a really interesting deep gray. Now on me, it definitely looks very cool toned, but I am super yellow and warm toned, so I feel like the undertone of this might actually sort of shift the way that it looks depending on your undertones, because in the bottle to me this one almost did look slightly warm. Honestly, I love a cool undertoned gray. I think this one's super gorgeous, and again, you can see I was getting a little bit sloppy with application, but it still managed to self-level really nicely. On the left side you can actually see the reflection of the polishes. Promise it was a lot smoother than that. I kept on moving my hand to try to show you guys that it is actually smoothing out as it dries on my nail, but that was just poor placement on my part. So here are all of these shades together. So as you can see, the two top middle shades are very similar, and it almost makes it seem like that whole top row is just the same, almost white. But when you look at it, you can really see the different undertones there, especially for that purple and then that beige color on the right side. But oh my gosh, the four shades on the right are the perfect Skittle combination, and then you can seriously choose the fifth color for any of the shades on the left, and I think it would be the most gorgeous Skittle, so I'm definitely going to be doing that soon. So yeah, those are the polishes of this collection, and like I said, I am totally in love with them. Honestly, I think I've just been excited for spring to come just to kind of mark the passage of time, but as I've said before so many times, I really don't love the typical spring pastel shades. I definitely prefer a collection that's like a little bit out there, and I've been seeing some of the brands that I am going to be reviewing soon that are coming out with like atypical spring collections, which I'm very excited about. And I gotta say, I think the reason that I did like those Zoya polishes that I just recently reviewed is because I was just excited to see a spring collection come out, but honestly they are fairly typical, and I think these are pretty different, and honestly I love them. And like I've said a million times before, Cuccio is just an underrated brand. People definitely don't talk about them enough. They have such a good formula, they have such good opacity, and I just really love all of their collections. As you guys know, their fall 2020 collection is just a top favorite of all time for me, so this one is definitely up there as well. It's just super gorgeous. So I always get my Cuccio polishes from HB Beauty Bar, where they retail for $6.95 USD per 13 milliliter bottle, and you can also use the discount code KELLI to get 22% off your order there. So I will link all of that down below for you guys. You can check that out if you're interested, but I would love to hear from you. What do you think of these polishes? Are you planning on picking any of these up, or have you already? Let me know in the comments. You know I love to chat with you guys. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. And that's it, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Today's fun fact question is extremely appropriate to the collection that I just reviewed. This one's coming from Laura, and Laura wants to know, do you prefer cats or dogs? See, isn't this like the perfect question for this video? It's almost like I planned it, but I promise I didn't. So here's the thing. Now, I don't really understand, and Laura, this is not at all directed towards you, but like, why have we as a society evolved to decide that we have to like only cats or dogs? Because honestly, I like them both. Like, I love animals so much. If you asked me to pick between cats and dogs, I don't know that I could. I feel like I would be perfectly content enjoying a cat's company and perfectly content enjoying a dog's company for very different reasons. But yeah, I mean, I just honestly love any furry creature, most furry creatures. I'm sure I have some dog people or cat people who are going to be duking it out in the comments, so I will get the popcorn ready and we can argue about it. But I will say, honestly, I just love animals, so I really can't decide. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.